Let me put my camera face on real quick. Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to another episode of Chemical Guys Detail Garage. Today in the shop, I want to go over how do I prep and clean my trims for a proper application of dressing. So in today's video, I'm going to go and show you guys how to clean and prep your trims to go ahead and prep them for a dressing to make your shine last as longest and protect its best. The key to a long-lasting and best shine dressing is all in the prep. Now, before we actually start applying the dressing, we have to clean up the surface and get rid of any kind of residual oils or previous dressings that's going to interfere with our results. So what I do want to go ahead and point out first on this side is the owner of this car, most likely or recently just waxed the car, and he got the wax all over the plastic trim right here. You'll usually see like a white residue, kind of like a white patch. Those carnauba waxes, they have those oils. So that's gonna tend to leave a stain if you don't go ahead and clean it off or mask the areas when you're waxing your car. So you do wanna make sure that you mask off the plastic and textured areas of your vehicle before you apply wax. So to remove this, we're gonna be using our Trim Clean. Now, Trim Clean, it's a wax and oil remover. Now, this right here, it's a specialty cleaner that's gonna go ahead and break down any kind of waxes, oils, like I said, previous waxes, previous dressings, whatever the case may be. If you got any type of oil on there, it's going to go ahead and break it down and remove it so that you can just simply wipe it right off and have a fresh, clean, oil-free surface. So to utilize this product, all you want to go ahead and do, I personally like using it with the towel. So the way I use it is I'll get the Trim Clean, I'll spray it directly onto my towel, and I'll spray lightly onto the plastic trim. And all you got to do is wipe. All you want to do is wipe it right off. Check it out. Just with a few wipes, it's already gone, and it's removed that layer of oil and carnauba wax that was on there. You can go ahead and give it a buff with the dry side of your towel, and this will go ahead and pretty much pick up any residuals and residual of the product itself. Check it out. You still have some moisture trapped in the plastic. That'll go ahead and pretty much dry. That's another thing I do want to bring up. If you do clean your trims, make sure they're completely dry before you apply your dressing, because sometimes if you go ahead and clean them, there's still moisture in the plastic, and if you apply like an oil-based dressing or anything like that, it'll kind of cause an improper bond and you don't really get that shine and durability that you want. So make sure that the plastic completely dries out. So if you have an air blower or an air compressor, give it a one over and just make sure all that water and any kind of moisture is gone and dry. All right guys, so now that we finished with that, wax residue on the plastic trim, I'm gonna go ahead and continue on using it on the rest of the plastic trim just to go ahead and clean it up. Now, the rest of the plastic trim doesn't have any wax stains on it, but there still can potentially be oils and residue that's left on there. So it doesn't hurt to give it a one pass and just make sure that, you clean off any residue, any kind of oils. What's ultimately gonna give you the best application is wiping off all that grime and residuals that you have on the plastic trim. So it doesn't kill you, it's a very easy process. All you gotta do is wipe it down, and this is gonna ensure the best application. So now I'm done, check it out. I don't know if you guys catch that on camera. I know it's a gray towel, but the towel is actually a lot darker. And that's all the grime, that's all the residue that the cleaner pretty much extracted from the pores of the plastic. So that's a great, start as far as, applying the product and prepping it. So now that this is completely clean, I'm gonna go ahead and kind of let it air dry for a bit just so that the moisture escapes from the plastic, and then we'll proceed with the rest of the process in restoring this plastic trim. All right, so now that we gave the trim a decent amount of time to go ahead and dry and for that moisture to escape, now we're gonna go ahead and condition it and protect it using tire trim gel. Now, tire trim gel is an oil-based dressing that works out amazing at restoring heavily, dried out plastics such as this bumper right here, to restore them to a brand new like appearance and give it a nice high gloss shine all at the same time. Now, the reason I'm using this is because I personally love using this on my own car. I put it on my plastics and it lasts a very long time. Like I said at the beginning of the video, we get tons of questions of people asking, how do I make my tire shine last as longest? How do I get it to shine its best? Well, this is it. Clean it and then apply a layer of oil-based dressing to the exterior plastics and any kind of rubber such as your tires to go ahead and give it a deep conditioning and protection. So to use this product, all you want to go ahead and do is use a Hex Logic applicator. Now, I like using this because it's a foam applicator, which means it keeps its consistency. So if you go ahead and give it a squeeze, it keeps a nice firm grip. So if you want to go ahead and work with these areas right here, it works out great when you have a nice firm grip to go ahead and press down on so that you can work the product very well into the surface. So all you want to do is get your tire trim gel. I like applying it sections at a time. So I'll do 3 drops. And you want to make sure that you don't go overboard with this dressing. Make sure you apply it evenly and as uniform as possible so that you get the best application. Now, if you go ahead and apply too much of it in one section, you're going to get like a blotchy kind of look. So don't do that. Work it in and use more as needed as you go throughout the process. So I'll start off in this little section here, and you'll see right now, once I start working it in, it'll start restoring that plastic. It gives it a deep coat of conditioning, and it pretty much, like I said, it'll go ahead and protect it from further wear in the future so that it doesn't get all dried out and nasty like this. When you're working on a trim like this, severely damaged and dried out, the initial coat that you apply, that's going to go ahead and settle and replenish and re-nourish the plastic to give it a brand new like look. If you do want to get like that high gloss shine, once you go ahead and apply it to the whole surface, I recommend applying a secondary coat 5 minutes after you applied your first coat so that you get that nice high gloss look. So I've done that section. I'm gonna go ahead and move on to this thicker section over here. So I'll apply a line or so of product, and then I'm gonna go ahead and, like I said, just work it in very thoroughly. You know, this applicator is great because it gives you the ultimate precision, especially when working on these areas right here. One thing I do wanna mention is if you do get this product onto your paint, do not worry, it's not gonna damage your paint. You have time, just wipe it right off and you're good to go. So just make sure you work it in very thoroughly. And this applies very nice and evenly just because of the dressing, the formulation of the product. It is a gel, so the gel kind of self-levels itself on the surface of your trim. As I get towards more at the ending, I'm just gonna apply a small drop just to go ahead and finish it up. And we get that nice factory-like appearance all over again. Now, as you guys can see, I don't know if you guys can catch it on camera, but there is kind of like a light gap in here. I can go ahead and press down on my applicator and then just work it so that I get the best coverage so it doesn't look all nasty. You know, it's all about the details. You want to make sure that you get all into the nooks and crannies so that, you know, no part of your plastic gets left behind and damaged by the sun. So very easily work it all throughout the surface. And like I said, you can apply this on tires and any other kind of exterior plastic, such as the tailgate cover right here. You can use it on there. You know, this does have kind of like a bed cover, so you can use it on the plastics underneath it and or any other plastics. You know, if you have a lot of plastics around your vehicle, this stuff works out really great to protect it and keep that new car look. All right, so now that we're done, we've worked it into this whole left side of the bumper. Now I'm gonna go ahead and set this down. Now, like I did mention before, don't go overboard with this product. You know, it's an oil-based product. It's supposed to be dry to the touch. If you apply way too much product, then that's gonna kind of leave like a film on there, which, you know, won't make it dry to the touch. If you do find yourself going overboard, grab a dry workhorse towel and simply buff off the excess. The gel penetrates deep, so it's not gonna wipe off your product. It's gonna wipe off any excess of the product that you over applied or, you know, may have gone crazy with. You know, tire trim gel does deliver a wet shine, and for all you wet fanatics out there, I know, you know, you're gonna wanna go crazy with it. Try not to, and then you'll be in good hands. And I'll just go ahead and get this section that I missed, and we are done. All right, guys, and there you have it. As you guys saw, doesn't hurt to go ahead and clean and prep your trims so that you get the best shine and durability possible when you apply your dressing. Very easy, very effectively. You don't get dripping trims, and your dressing doesn't dry out prematurely. If you guys like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Comment down below if you learned something new today or your idea for a future video. And as always, you can always pick up these products if you like them on our website, chemicalguys.com. I'm gonna go ahead and hand you guys off to our videographer now. He's gonna make this simple process look epic, just how your ride's gonna look once you guys are done using these products. Cue the montage.